Hi, it's day 9. Let's just start breathing. Get comfortable. Take just about 1 minute of a steady breath, and then we'll bring that breath into movement. Feel your breath fill your body, top to bottom if you can. And just notice how tethering your mind to your breath immediately brings you into a different space, perhaps even a different emotional space. Our breath and our emotions are tied in a feedback loop. And when you breathe calmly, you calm your emotions. You calm stress and anxiety, grief. We can't always directly work on those things, but we can work on our breath. So simply notice, how does moving from an unconscious to a conscious breath shift the way you feel? Slow in, slow out. Smooth, even, conscious. And then open your eyes and breathe yourself right up to stand. So we're going to get right into the flow that we've built. Modify if you need to. I'm going to take you through it. Inhale, your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, your left leg back, right into a twist to the right, holding for 1 breath. In for length. Exhale, turn your ribs, strong legs. Inhale, your right hand down. Exhale, your first downward facing dog. Just 1 breath. Power your legs, hips up and back. Even weight in your hands. Inhale, right to cow. First little back bend. Exhale, round to cat. Inhale, back to cow. A little more back bend. Exhale, hips to heels, extended child's pose. Right to plank. Inhale. My gift to you, just 1 breath today. In, power your inner hands, strong arms and legs. 1 more in breath. That was a breath and a half. Lower slowly, knees, chest, chin. Heart soft, shoulders lifted, cobra pose. Hold for a breath. In, chest forward, shoulders back, hips firm against the earth, downward facing dog. In and out. Right leg lifts, big breath in. Draw your right knee into your chest, round and step to your right thumb. Drop your back knee, lift your arms overhead. Anjaneyasana, hold 1 extra breath. In, remember to stabilize your hips, use your belly out, frame your front foot. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana, both legs straighten. Hop the back foot in if you need to, square your hips. Step forward, flat back, fold down your legs, and then your transition up to stand. Hinging or rounding, strong legs, big breath. Stand tall, Tadasana, left side, Urdhva Hastasana, strong legs. Bend your knees forward, fold, hands to the floor. Right leg steps back this time. Right hand plants, left arm lifts. Hold this breath, 1 slow breath. In for length. Exhale, turn. Left hand down, breathe in. Downward facing dog, right into cow this time. Inhale, tap your knees and back bend. Scoop the belly, forward round. Scoop, and then back to the back bend. Spread your collarbones wide. Extended child's pose. Exhale. Slow to plank, power your legs. And then drop knees, chest, chin, melt your heart. Pull through to cobra on the inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg lifts, hips are square. Step to the left thumb tip. Drop your back knee, Anjaneyasana. Scoop the belly, hold for a breath. In, chest forward and up. Shoulders back as you exhale. Frame your front foot, straighten both legs. Parsvottanasana. Hips square, shorten the pose if you need to. Both legs straight as you fold. Exhaling. Step forward, flat back. Big breath in. Fold down your legs. Any amount of bend in the knees, hinge or round tall. Big breath. Soften your shoulders. Tadasana. Good. 1 more round. Continuous now. Reach up, arms overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Uttanasana. Left leg steps back. Breathe in right into the twist as you exhale. Right hand down, breathing in. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Drop your knees, inhale, cow. Exhale, round cat. Inhale, cow. Extended child's pose as you exhale. Right into plank, inhale. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra pose, inhale, shoulders up and back, downward facing dog. Exhale, right leg lifts as you inhale. Right foot, right thumb tip. Drop your back knee, lift your arms up. Exhale, back bend. Hands frame your front foot, inhaling. Straighten both legs and fold. Step forward, flat back, breathe in. Fold down your legs. Hinge around to stand. Strong belly and legs, big breath. Arms to your sides, exhale. Reach up, last round, big breath. Forward fold, exhale. Right leg steps, breathe in. Exhale to the twist. Inhale your left hand down. Step to downward facing dog. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Extended child's pose, exhale. Inhale, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Step forward to the left thumb, drop your back knee, inhale. Hold here as you exhale and back bend. Frame your front foot. Start to straighten your legs, adjust the back foot in if you need to, and fold. Step forward, flat back. Fold down your legs, exhale. Hinge to stand or round up, big reach up. Tadasana, exhale. Close your eyes, and without fidgeting, feel your breath in your body. Tether your mind to your breath, and notice the resonance. Notice how you feel inside. And then open your eyes and take a big step out to your left. Parallel your feet. So the first new pose today is Prasarita Padottanasana, or a forward straddle. So before we forward bend, I want to make sure that you're really strong in your legs and your knees aren't bowing in. So all the work we've done this whole session of lifting the kneecaps up, turning on your quads, even lifting your insteps, really important here so you don't put pressure on the inner knee. So super active legs, hands on your hips, lift your heart, and then you can put a tiny little bend in your knees as you forward bend. And then release your hands to the floor. And now you can straighten your legs, but keep your legs super active. Quads lifting, kneecaps lifting. Now this forward bend is a little more accessible for many people than Uttanasana, because with the legs wider apart, it might be easier for you to access the stretch in your hamstrings. Thigh bones back, quads lifted, outer feet firm, insteps lifted, and then crown of your head towards the floor. Your hands in this pose are right underneath the elbows. They make an L. It's a 90-degree angle from wrist to elbow, elbow to shoulder. Let's take 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Molly's so open in this pose that her head comes easily to the floor. Your head may well be 3, 6, even 12 inches away from the floor. Just power your head down as you power your hips up. One last breath, big breath in, fold as you exhale. Bring your hands to your hips, come into a flat back and breathe here. So a little bend in your knees when you come to a flat back is gonna make it easier for you to keep your legs strong. This is an abdominal exercise, this flat back work. Take 2 more. See if you can bring a little breadth into your collarbones. Insteps lifted, quads working. Ideally, you're shaking just a little bit as you wake up sleepy muscles, shoulder blades on your back. And then with an exhale, come up to stand. Good. Step your feet right back to the front edge of your mat. And come into tree pose. So this is our first externally rotated pose of this class. Remember, you can always put your foot on the inner calf or ball of the foot down if you need a little extra balance, or grab a wall. Hands to your heart or arms straight out at your sides if that gives you more balance. And let's hold for just 3 more breaths. Remember here, we're working to try to keep the right hip hugging in even as the left thigh presses onto the right foot to open the right inner groin. 1 more deep breath in. Shoulder blades on your back, crown of your head tall. Draw your right knee forward, step it down, and bring your left foot to your inner left thigh. Grab it with your left hand if you need to, or foot on calf, foot on inner ankle, just not foot on the inner knee joint. Always nice to your knee joints. And then, can you find your steady breath balancing? This is a really good place to feel how what's happening outside affects the quality of your breathing. We get uptight when we start to try and balance, and the breath naturally gets stuck and tight. Even as you wobble, even as you fall, can you make your breath rhythmic and smooth? 2 more. In. Try not to lean your shoulders back, Molly. Shoulders right over your hips. Crown of your head tall. 1 more big breath in. Smooth breath out. Bring your left knee forward. Stand tall. Feet together. Zip your feet up the midline. Lift high on the balls of your feet. Hands to your heart. Keep your heels lifted. Squeeze your inner thighs and slowly begin to bend your knees. Keep your heels lifting up as you bend your knees. Go lower, go as low as you can, go as low as your knees allow. And then when you get as low as you can, balance a moment, woo, smile and breathe as you fall. And then if you need to put your hands on the floor, you put your hands on the floor, or you reach them forward and you very slowly lower your butt to the floor. Whoa, or you just fall down. That's what we got butts for. All right, so scoot your butt back a little bit. We're gonna take a pose called Jana Shirshasana, which is in fact tree pose, just sitting on the floor. So you've got a blanket or a towel, I hope, or you can use a block if you don't. Let's cushion the butt up a little bit, unless you've got naturally really super open hamstrings. If you round it all in your lower back when you sit, you want to get your butt up until your lower back is nice and open and long. So as much padding as you need to for your lower back to be happy. And then you're going to take your right foot into tree, just where we were. So sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Reach your arms overhead, and first just grow really tall out of your hips. And then as you begin to forward bend, you're gonna feel a little twisting action in your ribs over your left thigh. And then your hands could hold your outer calf. They can hold your outer foot if you've got that kind of mobility in the back of your leg. But you wanna continue to go long out of your lower back and to try not to round. Remember, we're always going for length in the spine over any kind of depth of twist, forward bend, or back bend. Happy, long, supported spine. The inner left thigh presses to the right foot, and then the inner right thigh presses open to the side. Take 1 more huge breath in, little breath in your collarbones and fold. And then just come right up to sit. Bring your right leg forward. Sit up tall for a moment. Breathe. And then bring your left foot in. Tree pose on the left side. Sit up tall. Good. Lengthen out of your lower back. Lift your arms. Root your hips down. And then go up to lower down. Up and forward with your ribs. Excellent. And then the hands grab the outer calf, the outer foot, the outer ankle, and the ribs move forward. There's a slight turn in your left ribs towards your right thigh. Your seat is firm against your propping or the floor. Your thigh presses to your foot. Your inner left thigh presses open, and you breathe in and out. Extra length on your inhale. Maybe a little more forward bend as you exhale. 1 more. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good work. Sit up. Stretch your left leg forward. Good. Move any padding aside. Reach your arms forward. And then very, very slowly begin to roll down onto your back. Scoop your belly. Control your descent. And when you arrive, bend your knees, put your feet down. Lift your heart, you know it, half wheel. You can tell I like this pose. Wrap your shoulders underneath you. Good. Drag your feet isometrically back a little. Reach your heart and your hips in opposition. Put yourself in a really long stretch spine. And then breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Deep breath in. Free up your neck and your jaw. Deep breath out. Nice. 2 more. Deep breath in. Wrap your inner thighs down. Lengthen your tail. 1 more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Unwind. Lie your hips down on the floor. And the last pose we're going to add on is Supta Padangusthasana. We hold the big toe or the back of the leg reclining here on the floor. So just go ahead and hug your right knee into your chest and straighten your left leg. Good. And then begin to straighten your right leg. And first just take your hands around the back of your right thigh. First, I want you to feel your right thigh pressing into your hands. So you're not going for a big hamstring stretch in the pose. You're really going for a counter pose to back bending. So instead of pulling your leg into your chest, I want you to think of pulling your leg into its hip socket. So you could even grab the flesh of your thigh and pull it down. So you feel a really strong grounding action. And when the thigh bone grounds into its hip socket, it will relieve any tightness in that right side of the lower back. Really healthy for the sacroiliac joint, for the thigh bone to ground into its socket. Good, 2 more breaths. Pull your thigh down. If you've got a lot of mobility in this pose, the hands can go higher up, or your hand could grab your big toe, but still you're not so much pulling the thigh into the chest as you're pulling the thigh down into its socket. And here you can see Molly's hip is pulling up a little. That's really hard. You want to keep your left hip glued down even as you work the right leg. All right, unwind, put both feet on the floor, give your hips a little waggle, 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 and then hug your left knee into your chest. Straighten your right leg. And then interlock your hands behind your right thigh, or just grab the flesh of your left thigh and straighten your left leg. And then remember, it's not pulling the leg into the chest so much as pulling the thigh down into its socket. And the challenge here is to not overwork the shoulders as you do this. You want to really work your arms, but you don't want to work your shoulders. Whatever you can avoid overworking your shoulders, you do. Thigh bone down into the socket. You can also think here of the left hip moving away from the left armpit. So that hip shouldn't be hiking up. Thigh bone down, hip solid. Spreading your lower back. And then maybe your legs come further up the calf, or maybe even the big toe. No big deal. Prioritize the grounding of the thigh into its socket and take 2 more breaths. In and out. Big breath all the way into your left foot. In. Good job. Out. All right, put both feet down, give your legs a little rock from side to side, and then hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a loving squeeze. 1 more huge breath in, big, big breath. Clear out your mouth, and then spread yourself open on the floor. Make yourself comfortable. Let your breath slide towards complete ease. And remember, if your mind starts to get really active when we're no longer doing, you can always give your brain a little task when you rest in Shavasana. You can watch your breath. You can slowly scan your body from bottom to top or top to bottom and ferret out any lingering tension and watch that slowly dissolve. Try not to let your mind go away forward or back in space-time. Try and stay right where you are, tethering your mind to your experience. Stay just as you are, find a comfortable seat. Today in our little bit of breath work, we're going to make the breath just a little bit slower. So we're going to work with an 8-count breath, just 3 rounds. Take a big breath in your nose to begin. 1 clearing breath out your mouth. Feel how soft the inner mouth can get. Keep it soft. as you seal your lips and breathe in on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. Out. Go ahead and continue like this, or if this feels at all stressful for the breath or the nervous system, you can continue with a 6 count or even a 4 count breath, or slowly make your way into the rest of your day. And I will see you mañana. Namaste.